Alrighty, we got microplastics have made their way into penises. What can we do to avoid them? Business Insider. Oh, dang.
So, a new study found the first evidence of microplastics actually inside of penis tissue. And scientists think that could be impacting male fertility. In reality,
Could be.
microplastics are all over our bodies. They've already been found in blood and in sperm, and so it makes sense that they would also be in penises. But
Dang. Could be. Oh, dang.
what are they doing there?
Wait a sec. I need to prepare for this. Let me drink a bottle of water out of this plastic bottle.
And how bad is it for our health? I'm Hillary Brick, and I cover health at Business Insider. Microplastics were found in a deep tissue inside the penis called the corpus spongiosum, and the surgeon tells me this is largely what's responsible for erections. So he's wondering, Is there some sort of connection between these plastics and the dysfunction? Broadly speaking, the definition of a microplastic is basically any piece of plastic that's less than 5 millimeters wide. So this can mean just about anything can become a microplastic.
Oh, shit.
Or be a microplastic. So there were two types of plastic that were the most common that the researchers found.
Oh, shit. Bro, here's where it comes in. It's in the bottles of water. Bro, I've been drinking bottles of water for like close to 5 years now. Oh, my God.
In this study, and those were PET, which is used in a lot of food packaging, and polypropylene, which is used to make bottle caps, like water bottle caps.
Oh no! Oh my God, my dick don't work.
These microplastics are not something you're gonna see with the naked eye. They're between 20 and 500 micrometers wide, so
extremely tiny. Extremely tiny.
That's like maybe 1 or 2 hairs. The sample size for this study was pretty small. It was done on 6 men, all living in Miami and all struggling with erectile dysfunction. And 5 of the men had microplastic in their penises, but interestingly, 1 did not. He's an older guy, a Cuban guy who lives in Miami, and he doesn't.
Random Cuban guy that lives in Miami. Yeah, he don't got ED.
Do that much takeout. He kind of lives a traditional life. He doesn't really use plastic water bottles that much.
Oh, shit.
Drinks from a cup and eats from a plate. It seems kind of counterintuitive that an older person would have less plastic in their body because they've had more time to swallow plastic, but...
Well, I think it's literally just the culture thing. Like, I don't know the ages of any of those other guys. But you went and said like it's like an older Cuban guy that lives in Miami, so he's older, so he's probably and you said he doesn't drink water like out of the bottle. I mean, he got to drink water like something. So is he drinking water out of the tap, or is he drinking beer? Is he drinking wine? Like, what's his primary form of like hydration? Like what kind of food is he eating? Is he just like cooking everything himself? I mean, that's good. What, like he's not going out to eat? I mean, that's fine. That's a good benefit that everyone can, benefit from, like just going out less and learning how to cook yourself. I think the culture is primarily like a younger person thing. And I mean, I'm like 30 something. What am I, like 34? I'm 34 and I drink a shitload of water bottles. Versus the tap water. I mean, that's just a choice that I make. I mean, I don't really like. It's not gonna kill me to like I cook with tap water. I mean, and I've drinking tap water in the past, but I mean, it's like if I go get like a glass cup right now and open up the tap, like fill it up, look through it, it's like there's stuff in it. It's like, why would I want to drink that? I mean, but conversely, if there's a shitload of microplastics in here that I can't see with my eyeball, why would I also want to be drinking out of this? I think it's, if I were to guess, it's probably is it like a bougie thing? Like, oh, I don't want to drink out of the tap because I'm too bougie for the tap water. Is that it? I mean, it could be. I mean, I'm willing to be a little open-minded on like why I don't drink from like the tap water. But yeah, I mean, I think it's just a culture thing as well. And even the next level from the water bottle or the plastic water bottle is the glass water bottle. That's the step above, and I don't think I am willing to go to that step to be like extra healthy and all that shit. Yeah, that's just like my 2 cents. It's like the younger generation is more primed to just drink water out of a bottle and to like just not trust the tap water.
This is a trend other researchers have also found. So there's something perhaps about our modern way of living that is contributing to the fact that there's more microplastic in our bodies. The two main ways that scientists think that we are getting microplastics inside of us are either by swallowing them or inhaling them. So either from the air or from eating, drinking something. So it goes into your digestive tract and then...
Not gonna lie, a lot of the food I eat, like I cook a lot of my food. Like I'll eat like a shitload of ground beef and just rice. Those are like the two primary things that I just eat a lot of, and like just vegetables randomly, like a bag of broccoli, well, not a whole bag, but bag of spinach, like some bag of random ass vegetables from Walmart or something. And then even more so condiments. Condiments all come like in plastic bottles. And not gonna lie, I drink. Well, not drink. I drink. I put condiments on a lot of the foods I eat. So yeah.
Then it travels down into your gut. And then once it's in your gut, it gets processed and it can enter the bloodstream. And that's when it can just really go just about anywhere in your body, including in testicles, not just penises, but also semen, blood, the gut, the brain. It's a little bit difficult to quantify how much microplastic is in our body, but one recent study suggested our intake of microplastics has increased 6-fold since 1990. This is a trend that's expected to only continue. Our global consumption of plastic is expected to triple by 2060.
Dang.
So it's not like you can identify one source of microplastics. They really are everywhere in everything. Microplastics are present in foods we eat and drinks we consume. So if you go out for a to-go coffee, there's a little plastic film inside your cup. If you eat from a takeout container, it's probably...
Yeah, like this is a salad inside a plastic thing. This is like rice and shit inside a plastic thing. Like to a normal person, this seems like the healthy option. But I mean, the whole microplastic thing, I mean, shit, man. Like with referring back to like the erectile dysfunction thing, it's like the whole microplastic thing. It's like they don't know if having that level of microplastics caused the erectile dysfunction. It could have been something else that caused the erectile dysfunction. That we weren't given any other characteristics of each of the people. Microplastics are just one variable. Yeah, so
probably coated with a shiny coating. The slice of pizza comes on a piece of paper that might have some little micro...
Well, the thing with the pizza, you think about it and it's like, oh, it's paper, maybe it has like a plastic film on it, whatever. Most likely, the cheese came in like a vacuum plastic bag or something like that. It's either it comes in like a block and it's like vacuum sealed and it's made of plastic. So there could be microplastics in the cheese. Yes, it gets put in the oven, but what happens when you put plastic in an oven? It doesn't go away. It just melts. Same thing with the pepperonis. Pepperonis come in a plastic bag. What else? I mean, I don't know what kind of dough or whatever this came out of. If they just make the dough fresh, you got the flour and everything that come in bags, paper bags, like big old cat food sized bags. That, I mean, on the inside, they could have plastics on the inside where the flour's at. Same thing with the salt and the sugar. They come in either paper or plastic bags. You mix all that up, you make the dough, then you got the flour, you put that shit on there, you like flatten it all out, and the tomato sauce. I mean, I think most tomato sauces come in like a metal can still, so take that, well, what you will, but like there could be microplastics in the pizza before it is even set on this little like piece of paper.
Microplastics that you eat in your pizza. If you drink water, that can also have microplastics in it, either from the bottle cap, it might pop off and get in there.
This is so weird because she specifically keeps on referencing the bottle cap and not the container, which is kind of weird to me. I mean, I would probably need to like read into this more, but like, what is it that is so shitty about a bottle cap but not the container?
Another place that microplastics come from is the clothes we wear and when we do laundry. So these little microfibers, all these sort of new and often improved fabrics that can stretch and do various things. When they get washed, those microfibers will come out of them.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of microplastic in the air we breathe as well. It's incorporated into the household dust. It's really kind of impossible to act like we could ever get away from microplastics.
Yeah. The best thing that you could do is just, I don't know, get a couple extra filters in your house to like try to filter this stuff out. But even then, you're not negating it 100%. You're simply just reducing it. I mean, which is fine,
There's so many different chemicals inside of microplastics. There's like more than 13,000, but I will mention a few of the most common. One of them is BPA, or bisphenol A. BPA is one of these endocrine disrupting chemicals that can confuse our hormones, and scientists have shown that it can lead to more cancer or more obesity, hyperactivity, decreased immunity and ability to fight off infections. So it's one.
Like, all of those are bad, but like, what is the amount of BPA that is bad before? Like, what is the amount of BPA that causes all of those? And it's like, is there a way that I could like maybe go to a doctor to like measure the amount that I have in my system? I mean, I don't think so. Outside of like maybe a blood test that is specifically like looking for it, and even then, it's only measuring the amount that's in your blood. There could be microplastics everywhere else in your body besides your blood. But
one of these hormone disrupting chemicals that can impact the way our body functions. BPA was phased out of baby bottles a few years ago in 2013, and it's been increasingly phased out of the linings of cans. The FDA says that the level of BPA we're exposed to in things like food packaging is safe, but the research on this is still in its infancy.
Yeah.
Another chemical
probably need more research
inside microplastics is PFAS. You might have heard of these, called forever chemicals. PFAS are a broad class of chemicals that are used in all kinds of things, from raincoats to Teflon to firefighting foam.
Oh, Jesus. The firefighting foam, the Teflon and pans. Bro, I get those little cheap ass Teflon pans from Walmart. And like I'll go through them every couple of months or years or whatever. And I'll be like, oh, this one's all scratched up. It's not nonstick anymore. Just toss it away and just go get another one. I'm like, damn. It's in the nonstick pans. Fuck me, dude.
And food packaging. PFAS are useful
Like chicken is seemingly like healthy to most normal people. Now you're gonna tell me the normal ass chicken is bad because the plastics? This hurts, man.
because they repel water, and so you can waterproof things or make
I'm just waterproofing my insides.
things more leak proof or non-stick. And while they're really good at resisting grease and fire and rain, they are also really good at sticking around forever. That's why they're called forever chemicals. And they are also endocrine disruptors, so they mess with the normal functioning of our hormones and can cause some health problems. They have been linked with lower birth rates, lowered immunity, some obesity in children, and also cancers, including testicular cancer. Another type of chemical is called phthalates, and these are
I heard about those, the phthalates and whatnot.
really flexible, pliable plastics. Independent experts are concerned about phthalates because there's evidence they can influence reproductive development, leading to more allergies, issues with development like more cases of ADHD, lower IQs, impacting brain development.
The plastics are literally making you stupider. I gotta like, dang. Bro, like what am I doing with my life? I drink so much water out of plastic bottles.
But also specifically for men, that it might be tied to lower testosterone and by having an anti-androgenic effect on the body.
Uh-oh.
Another plastic is PET. This is the stuff that a lot of bottles and bottle caps are made from. There's concerns that when it gets really hot, like above 100 degrees, can leach out some toxic chemicals. That there could be harmful effects over time leaching out of those bottles. And
damn. I mean, understandably, this isn't like a thing that normal people worry about, in that normal people don't heat up their own bottle caps. This is probably something I imagine goes on with in the manufacturing process of it. To like make the cap soft, you know, they heat it up, make it soft, mush it on or whatever, and then, you know, once it cools off, it shrinks a little bit, and then it forms around the ring, and then that's how you get that little seal. You know, when you like open something that, you know, breaks the seal, it snaps all the little pieces off the ring, and then voila.
And bottle caps. The bottom line is whatever kind of plastic you're using, it probably has some kind of chemical in it that has some kind of impact on your hormones and your health. But there are a few things you can do to avoid microplastics. I've interviewed a lot of experts about microplastics over the years, and the one thing that everyone says is do not microwave your plastic. That's because when the plastic heats up, it gives all those chemicals and potentially toxic things a chance to leach out into the food you're eating or the thing you're drinking. All
right, I did not know that. I have done a good amount of eating plastic food, or just food with films on it, for a while, but it's not something I do regularly. But I mean, shit, I don't know, maybe I'll take that into consideration next time with I don't know, either cooking my food or just buying something freshish.
Second tip for avoiding microplastics is to try to avoid plastic takeout containers, plastic water.
I don't know, like this is like a big ass, dude, like trying to avoid all this extra plastic shit. It's like people will go to some length to try to be healthy, but if it reaches a point where it's so inconveniencing their lives, then I don't think people will do it. Like trying to I mean, because what's the workaround for this? I mean, you know, getting like a big old like Yeti thing or something like that and just carrying that around all day. It's not like the worst thing in the world, but you know, it can be annoying. But am I willing to like carry around a big old Yeti thing of like cold ass water so I can just have water wherever I go? It's not like the worst thing in the world, but I mean, a bottle of water is just so convenient, man.
Water bottles and to-go cups when you can. Just getting away from those and cooking more at home when you can is really one of the best ways to avoid microplastic in your food. The third tip that I talk to experts about is to vacuum regularly, ventilate your house.
Oh, Jesus. Bro, I haven't vacuumed in here and you guys don't want to know how long.
Because a lot of microplastic gets into the dust in our house, and so if your house is less dusty, less chance for you to be inhaling microplastics. Some of the scientists I talked to,
Like, people are gonna like clean their house however much they want, but because microplastics, I don't think is a good enough reason. Uh, I mean, however valid it is, uh, I don't know. Like, it's just so funny to me. Like, you shouldn't clean your house because of microplastics. You should just clean your house just to have a clean house.
are most concerned about some of the skincare that we use. All of those artificial scents and fragrances that are in there can have a lot of phthalates in them. So they recommend trying to avoid super scented things and trying to pick out more natural fibers when you can and when the price is agreeable, because a lot of those synthetic materials that we wear have a lot of plastic chemicals in them. This last tip is one that pretty much any health expert will tell you for anything, and it's wash your hands before you eat. Getting the germs and
Why would I wash my hands?
the microplastics off your hands will help keep more of them out of your body. These plastics aren't just passing through us and, going out the other end. They might be causing some damage while they're inside. One of the leading microplastics researchers, Tracy Woodruff at the University of California, San Francisco, told me that she really feels like we're at an inflection point with microplastics where we're starting to learn more and more about them, where they are and what they're doing in our bodies. And she feels like this should really be a rallying moment for people and regulators to step up and start to regulate the plastic industry, much in the way that cigarettes were regulated in the 1960s.
Good. I mean, yeah. I mean, I don't think most people will like do a lot of this. I mean, people are gonna clean their house because they want a clean house, not because they want to avoid microplastics. I don't think people are gonna like, for the most part, people are not gonna like stop drinking bottles of plastic or plastic bottles of water to avoid microplastics. Likewise with like buying food and whatnot. I mean, most food comes in just plastic containers. I mean, if you want to take a step in like the healthy direction, I mean, it's gonna come from the top down. It's gonna come from the people making the containers, because it's not gonna come from the bottom up, the people that are buying everything. Most people don't have the fucking time, energy, knowledge to even acknowledge. There's so many people that don't even think microplastics are a thing. But I don't know. Good video. I mean, whether or not the thing I will probably take away from this is the what do you call it? The microwaving plastic shit. I'll probably like microwave plastic shit less, but I probably won't stop completely. I'll just do it less. But no, overall good video. It's worth something to take it as it is. But yeah, good stuff. I want to see more like this stuff from Business Insider. But yeah, I'll catch you guys on the next one. All right, later.